Michelle are podcast's most interesting and loving couple. Join them every week as this radio personality and this author come together to let you into their lives.
Episode 2. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it at all. Jesus Christ.
I know, it feels wild. Thank you so much to everybody who checked out the first episode. Sorry we couldn't bring you one last week as Michelle was unfortunately in the hospital. But we're home.
We lived there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a hotel stay without the luxury side of hotels.
Yeah, and if you had to share a room with 16 other people who were always making noise so you can never sleep.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the needles.
A lot of needles happening there.
But I guess there are a lot of hotels that have lots of needle problems too, so I guess it's not the same.
There's that. All right, well, let's do this. We covered a bunch of stuff while your friend Terica was in town. Your best friend Terica.
My sister and my spirit twin.
She literally gave us so much stuff to work with. She talked to us about some creepy DMs she gets. You know what I'm saying? We do creepy DMs.
Yeah, because she's in the dating game now, and I'm glad I'm not her.
Yeah.
Some of that made me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, so we're going to have to do that. We'll also have a TikTok teardown this week, and we'll have to do, I don't know, a Fatal Attraction. We're starting off with Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, would you ever push me off a plane?
No, that's crazy.
Okay, well, he did it.
Okay, yeah, this doctor decided to push his wife. Yeah.
Into the ocean.
Off of a plane.
That he was flying himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. Dr. Robert Birnbaum.
That's a tough
I am not mature enough.
A former plastic surgeon from New York convicted of murdering his wife in the year 2000, confessed to killing her and then throwing her body out of an airplane into the Atlantic Ocean. After decades of maintaining his innocence, Birnbaum, now 66, was convicted of the murder in 2000. Under circumstantial evidence, had continually denied any involvement in her death. And then he told a parole hearing officer in December of 2020 that he did it.
First, wait, what was he on parole for?
I'm assuming for the killing.
But if he wasn't... So when was he convicted, I guess?
2000.
Okay, so...
When it happened.
Okay, all right.
So he's been put away, but he's been saying that he didn't do it.
But he's been saying he didn't do it.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, he said that it was because he was immature and couldn't deal with his anger. I wanted her to stop yelling at me, and I attacked her, Birnbaum said in a transcript of the hearing obtained by ABC News. Birnbaum, who was also an experienced pilot, continued to say that he strangled his wife and then went flying. I opened the door, then took her body out of the airplane over the ocean. That's wildness.
I think he just wanted to be rid of her.
I mean, that's extreme. She was already dead.
Right.
Throwing her in the ocean. Like, man, can her family get some closure?
That's what I'm saying.
Like sharks probably ate it and shit.
I mean, just the pure malice. Like, she was yelling at you, so you killed her. Okay, but then you fueled your plane up, took off into the sky with her body.
Dismembered her, and then threw her over he threw her in the Atlantic Ocean between Montauk Point, New York, and Cape May, New Jersey. Of course, the most southern point of New Jersey.
He knew exactly.
Yeah, it was plotted. I mean, it was definitely premeditated. But the thing is, I guess if I'm just going to be, obvious here, if you're upset about your girlfriend or wife, what you might call nagging you or bitching at you, leave her.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Throw her body.
Certainly
and
an
it's
option.
So crazy that it's not a concept. Like, there's so many shows like Snap, Fatal Attraction, I Got Away with Murder. There's so many shows out here where people are killing their loved ones. And so it's really, really sad that we're so used to it happening. Like, and then why get married? I think that's the thing.
That's what scares me.
Like,
is
it's
that
scary.
you walk down the aisle with this person, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to spend my life with this
them.
person. You're sleeping next to them every night, and then one day they switch and they go, I'm just gonna take your life. And it's like, if we really looked at all these situations, because we are inundated with TV like that, but if we looked at all these situations, nobody would want to get married. Like, it's kind of weird that people still want to get married and they know that is out there.
This is why mental health is such a thing that we really should address across the board, because you need to check in with yourself every single day, because unless you have some type of super psychotic issue, no one really just gets to a point where they switch. You are building up to that point because you're not dealing with some aspect of something that is triggering you, and then eventually it becomes, speaking from a person who's been in toxic situations, it comes to a point where you literally, so I can understand the thought process, but I have the wherewithal and self-respect to be like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this, I'm gonna leave you where you at, I'm gonna bounce. You're not gonna get my life that way.
Well, and the other thing I think is the hidden thing, like what we don't know.
Yeah.
Because he could have been beating her. Yeah. You know, like we can easily say, oh, it was one argument, and how do you snap on someone after one argument? Yeah. But he could have been abusive. Yeah. People who are abusive, like she might have said she was gonna leave him. Like anything could have happened, and then he snapped because of that. Right. Like, but also. And I think that's why I'm so blessed to have the love that I have. I'm so in tune with my partner. And we're so comfortable coming to each other and saying, hey, this seems a little off. It's not something you normally do. Let's talk about why it happened. Yeah. And people get so caught up in routine that they forget to just take that time to check in with each other. Yeah. And so I'm glad that we're doing it early, because I know since we're already practicing it early, once we bring children into our lives, it'll be something that we consistently do.
Yeah. But what I found too is, because coming from my perspective, where I did try that method, people do not want to face their demons.
That's true.
That is the problem. People don't want to admit that they're there. They don't want to admit that they're dealing with them, and they just would rather let things keep going in a wildly toxic rate until everything just explodes.
And toxicity is a thing, right? Toxicity is a trait really that some people really like to
they thrive in that. They love that. They can't live without it.
If they feel like they're with somebody who is exploiting that, and they're the center of attention all the time, there's this love for the center of attention too. Yeah. That comes with being toxic. And that's, as much as I hate that word and how much that word has become super popular in the last couple years, there's still a point to it. There's still a major point to it.
I'm glad that it's popular. I don't like that people resign basic things to toxicity, because sometimes it's like, no, you really did a fucked up thing. You pissed me off. But
well, that's it.
Yeah, but overall, people didn't even want to have a conversation about, I am consistently in a situation where no matter what I do, no matter how I conduct myself, no matter what I present, there is something going on that this person is continuously causing me mental, physical, or emotional harm. Right. And people would not normalize that conversation. And then you have people that disappear, got murdered, killed themselves, do all these other different things because they weren't allowed to express that. And I think, yes, it's cool. With everything, you have the Me Too type situation. But it is a point to the madness, like you said. The toxicity, we should... If you feel like one day you wake up, you have a thought like, this doesn't feel right, go with that.
So, on that note, we will post on our Facebook page an article, 3 signs to know if you are in an abusive relationship, just so that you guys have this information, or you can check in on your friends. Not to say that he was abusing his wife, but you need to know what kind of signs to look for, because abuse is not always physical. It's tough, and
when your friends know that they're going through it, they're embarrassed to talk about it. And so that becomes a major problem too, where how can you need to present this to your friends to know that you're an open book too, to hear what's going on, and that there's not going to be any judgment, but you have to be open to the idea of walking away from a situation that might be like that. So I think it's really important to know these. You can find it on our social media, down in the DM pod, all over Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Make sure you are staying in the know with us. Let me read you something in this group, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
This is bananas.
Bananas.
I don't know how I would feel. I'll explain it afterward, but this guy, shout out to Jason.
I know some good Jasons.
Jason says, so my wife's ex-husband from 10 years ago was killed last weekend.
Whew.
He was deep into some illegal They have no kids together. This is the part that gets me. Last night, she mentions wanting to get a back tattoo memorializing him. I'm just like, what the No. I don't want to see a memorial to your ex every time we going at it. I mean, am I wrong? It's 10 years and they have no kids.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's aggressive. Like,
that is so aggressive.
And it would be a little bit different. Not even if they had kids, because it's not like your kids died, your ex died. Your ex that you haven't been with in over 10 years. So, like, yes, it's sad. But you guys don't have any kids together. So why do you need to memorialize him? Like, have you guys been staying in contact for the last 10 years? And I don't know. What is it about your relationship
that you feel like you need to go that far while you're with somebody else?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, I would never, if any of my exes died, I would never put you in a position to say, hey, look, I'm going to get a tattoo to memorialize them.
Right. And, like, I know that when you met me, you know that I have Vince's birth date in my clock.
Which one?
Vince.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know that his birth date is in my clock tattoo. Mm-hmm. You knew that when we met. But that's even, like I have this big old tattoo from him on my back or something. Like, his numbers are intermixed with other people's numbers that I've lost. So if she was doing something like that, like the clock that I have where a bunch of people are memorialized, it would be different. But you want to get one large tattoo on your back devoted to your ex-husband while you're with someone new? That's bananas. And I just couldn't.
So, that's so interesting. When you got that tattoo of that birth, or the clock, were you in a relationship at the time?
No.
Okay, so I think that's like, if you got that while we were together, it would have never happened.
That's very true. And
because I would never be okay with it if we were together, or if we were just in any relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can only make that type of decision about somebody who died and wanting to incorporate them if you're single.
Well, and I think that even if we were together at the time that I got this tattoo, because I got this particular tattoo in June of 2019. So I actually think you might have said okay. And this is why I say this.
I don't think so.
Well, hold on.
Ahead.
Hear me out. It's just his birthday. So it's just the 4 digits that represent his date of birth. But B, you know that this particular tattoo happened at a time in my life. So I guess it's weird, because if we were together at the time I got this tattoo, I would have never known Vince.
So, I mean, completely justified. I think the problem with this post too, this guy was killed in some illegal
Yeah, like, it was not.
What are you commemorating? Like, what you're commemorating the fact that he did some illegal and that's where he ended up. He didn't have to be in illegal and die and get killed, right?
Exactly.
Somebody says, hell no, better start asking questions. Somebody said, you're not wrong. When my wife was married to her ex, she had his name on her. After a few years, I finally got her to cover that up. I told her it was a must to cover it up. I don't blame you, my man. Paul, right, saying, that's not on, stick to your guns. Derek saying, ask her to give it 6 months or any time frame you feel appropriate and see how she still feels. It sounds like it's a knee-jerk reaction. Time is the only thing you should ask her for, since it's a huge decision. Rex saying it's her body, so I would be against it. If she loves you, she will consider your feelings. I just think something was happening.
I think that's something, like, going back, I also think, like, because why do you feel so deeply over after 10 years? Like, you haven't been together for 10 years.
Something was happening.
Like, did you maintain a friendship with him?
That he didn't know about.
That he doesn't know about? Like I said when we first talked, that's why I said after I broke it down, my tattoo, and you knowing the emotional reasons behind it, I still think you would let me do it. I still think that you would have let me end up with the tattoo that I have because of the reasons that I have the tattoo. I want to know, what is the underlying reason that Jason's girl wants to get a tattoo of her ex-husband that she hasn't been with in 10 years. And it has to be because there's still a deep emotional connection. Had we been together before I got this tattoo and you said, hey, I don't really care for it, can you give me 6 months? 6 months later, I still would be, we would still have the conversation again, and it would still be something I wanted to do because of the underlying meaning behind why I got the tattoo. Like, what it actually represents as a whole. Not, oh, this is, someone died.
Somebody says, F that dude, tell her to send flowers.
Or that works too.
Tell her that you want to get your ex's name tatted on your pubes so that every time she blows you, she sees her name. F no, bro. You're not wrong to see the red flag, says Justin, but you can't control her feelings. You can support her through this period, though, as she is bound to feel some grief. She has to work this one out herself. The more you fight it, the more she will want it.
So I think that the moral of the story is this. Firstly, figure out what the was happening between old girl and her ex-husband.
You need to have a conversation
Y'all
with
need
her.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
But mostly, like they said, give her time. But really have a conversation, because ultimately these things piss me off because there's not enough. There's not enough information. There's not enough, except for that he was in some illegal shit. We don't know, were they high school sweethearts? Like, what's more? What makes her want to get a tattoo?
Did she have a
man?
miscarriage with a baby that they were, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what about this guy? There has to be a reason why 10 years later, this is the one guy.
Right.
Out of all people. Sure, her ex-husband, they were married before, they got divorced. Maybe that could play a factor. Maybe she loved marriage so much that that's how she feels like she needs to commemorate her first marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or is there some guilt? Like, did something happen financially where he got into some legal stuff and she feels guilty? Like, what is it about the situation that makes her say, oh, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to get this man's name tattooed on my back in memoriam?
That's a good one. I saw that this morning and I thought that was wild.
I love that, actually.
I'd love to talk to you. I wanted to talk to you about it.
Honey, we had to have a serious conversation about caregivers' stress syndrome, something that I had to go through in the hospital with you.
Yeah, it was really wild because most of the time when I deal with hospital experiences, I'm dealing with them alone, or it's just me and my mom. I've never had a significant other who really stepped up for me the way that you did, but also acknowledging you came from a place where you're like, I don't really always know how to help you, and sometimes being here doesn't feel like enough.
So I thought it was a really important conversation that we would have for those out there who maybe have to deal with that or know what it's like. And you get the best friend's perspective because Terica was here with us. You can hear this conversation on our YouTube channel. It'll be up there. It's the caregiver stress syndrome conversation. It's a good one. It's a long one.
It is. It's long, but it's really good. You know, we touch base about things like Terica's, her disability. You know, she's anaphylactic to gluten. So she has had to deal with different caregiver stuff on her own. And that's one of the things that really bonded us. So I really hope that people can really relate to what we're saying, as far as there's so many people out here who are dealing with caring for an elderly relative, parent, you know, especially with COVID. I really wanted to, you know, bring attention to this with COVID being in the world, because sometimes all you really can do for someone is support them, and sometimes that doesn't feel like enough. And we kind of break down the reasons why in this conversation and why it doesn't feel like enough, and what you can do from the caregiver's perspective so that you feel, you know, like you're doing more, and you feel like this person who has always needed you still needs you. Because, you know, you talk about in there, like, how prior to me being admitted to the hospital, you were my primary person that I went to.
Yeah.
And then that abruptly stopped because I was hospitalized for 10 days.
Yeah, so it's a great conversation. It's really personal. It's really vulnerable. Check it out on our YouTube channel, all right? TikTok Teardown. We take a video that is talking about relationships, and we pretty much give our thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
So this one is a woman telling some facts. I think they're facts. You think it's false, right?
Yeah, well, not so much false. I just think that it's not delivered correctly because sometimes it's true, but she says that as a blanket definite.
Well,
and
here's
that's my issue.
Well, here's what she says about when somebody says to you they're not ready for a relationship.
What it really means when they say, I'm not ready for a relationship. Here's some big sister advice for you. If you ever hear that from someone, it's not that they're not ready for the relationship, okay? They're not ready for you. And I know that's hard to hear, but it is so much better to know than waiting around for someone. When someone truly likes you, it doesn't matter if they're ready for a relationship or not. That simply will not matter to them.
So what do you think of this?
So I think that it's circumstantial, just like anything else. I have been in positions where I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. Like, when my ex and I first split up, you know about my friend Vince. We talked for a while, but he knew, like I told him up front, I'm not ready to be in a relationship because I have some healing to do. Like, I think it's okay to step back and say, I'm not ready to be in a relationship because X, Y, and Z. That doesn't mean they're not ready to be in a relationship with you, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be a bad partner for someone because I'm bringing so much extra baggage from my previous relationship into this one. Like, it's important for you to know what your limits are and where you're coming from as an individual.
All right. So I think this is a very solo thing. So I know that this is common, and it might be common for guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are so much better about knowing what's good for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have used that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. If it was somebody that I really wasn't into or I knew I wasn't gonna go further with, I have used the I'm not ready for a relationship thing to have them back off.
I mean, and we see it all the time. Like, people who, you know, they just want to smash or whatever. Like, we see it every single day. People getting what they want from someone and saying, I'm not ready for a relationship with you. But I feel like where we are in life right now, we don't have to play those games anymore. Like, just stand up and be like, look, I don't want to be with you, and I just want to smash. Like, we lived in the time of Tinder and Plenty of Fish. You can just want to smash someone. And, you know, you and Terica and I were talking about this recently, and we said, you know, we love that dating apps have made it possible for people to say, like, hey, I really want to just smash you, and let's make that happen. As uncomfortable as I get sometimes, because I don't like that, like, I'm not just about to be out here smashing people, I have a lot of respect for people who do say, all I want from you is sex.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I respect that.
I think she shouldn't have she shouldn't have made that blanket statement that just because someone says they're not ready for a relationship, it means they don't want you. That's not a fact. Like, she says it as a statement of fact, but we all know it's contingent on person to person.
That's a good one. If there's a TikTok you want us to review, make sure to send it to us on social media using the hashtag DITDM. Is it TikTok?
It's Teardown.
Oh, it's Teardown.
Yeah.
DITDM Teardown. Let's do creepy DMs. We like to stop down and see the weird things that are being sent into your message inbox, whether it's text, whether it's Messenger, some dating app, and we're going to do these every week. But this time we have my beautiful love, Michelle's best friend in here. LaDawn, you know her as an artist. Terica, for us as friends, right?
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
All right, you're in the dating scene.
Yeah.
You're getting messages from weirdos.
Weirdo.
And like some weird is okay, right? Because
yeah.
being weird is like part of being a creative. But not this type of weird when you're saying something super, super creepy
Oh my god.
in a female's message inbox. I want you to tell the listeners some of the messages you've gotten, and we'll break them down as you go
Break
through
down,
them.
Yep.
All right. So
And also for people, since it's audio, tell them, like if it's an inmate with the bunk beds in the back. It gives a little context.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Now this first one that I got, he was not an inmate, thankfully, but
Thankfully.
he wanted to be in. And so the very
Jail
first,
or you?
me.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
I mean, because she wasn't
Did you
specific.
talk to this guy already?
No. This
Okay.
was the first message. He found my profile and decided to send it as a first message.
Okay, did you see his profile before he sent this message?
No, because usually when they send them the message, I always go and look at the profile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, after they send a message. But
Oh my God,
she's
that's
not-
aggressive.
oh my god. So
All
he said, I swear I would nut in you.
Oh.
And then you go look at the profile and it's like, I would never want your nut. Ever.
Oh, God. I think that's sexual harassment.
I
don't
think
you
it
can
is.
Say
I
that
think
to
it
people
is.
anymore.
Like, I have gotten unsolicited pics before. Thankfully not yet. But, like, the first message would be a pic. Like, it's crazy to me. This other one, this guy put some thought behind his.
Oh, God.
He said,
You hear that, guys? There was no thought behind that one.
nah.
Not the first one.
But it was perfectly penis driven.
I mean,
So this one, he said, damn, you a whole meal plus dessert, and put the drooling emoji.
oh, my God.
Hashtag respectfully. Hope your day is going smooth.
He just wanted
Anyways, I ain't gonna hold you, but given a genuine chance, I can show you different, treat you different, water you different. I want your mind.
Did you say water?
Water.
Okay, hold on. Let's back up, and we're gonna break this one down line. We're gonna break this one down line by line. First of
I need help.
all, is he friends with Chris Brown? Because
Bruh.
Chris Brown called Kanye a whole hoe out here, and I just want to know, is that what we're doing now? Because I'm with it. Like,
Bruh.
we calling people whole hoes out here, and he was like, what did he say to you? Read the line
He
again.
said, damn, you a whole meal.
Oh, you were a whole meal. He's
Plus
suicide.
dessert.
Plus dessert.
And the drooling emoticon. That's what did it for me.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's
Hashtag
clearly
respectfully,
hungry.
though.
It doesn't seem like he gets very many meals.
I mean, clearly.
So if he's looking at you as a snake, he could be a cannibal.
He could be
He could be a cannibal.
I could be risking my life.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's the one you want to respond to. Plus,
Yeah.
you talk too much. You don't say that much in the first
In the
message.
first message.
Like, you get, like,
The first part of this message was so like,
that could have been at the end.
right.
He could have switched the around.
Yeah, and then the second part was kind of like, but the water you different thing.
Yeah.
I don't need
water
water
you different
research.
is
That sounds like some
wild.
Hansel and Gretel He's going to put you over a kettle
Something, you
and
know,
steam you.
make me into stew.
He thought you were a
she was going to
plant.
eat them kids.
Oh god.
He thought you were a plant. He
Then I
wants to
was
see you grow.
Photosynthesize. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good. Thank you.
I mean, I don't want to be watered. I don't know about y'all. I'm
That-
cool.
Well, it's called. It's a different substance that happens there. And then you have any more for us? Just one more.
Yeah. So
my
I was debating which one I wanted to do.
Tinder, by the
Do
way.
2 more.
2 more.
Is this Tinder?
No.
Oh,
It's not. I won't release which app.
that's
it
fine.
is.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's fair.
I'm so glad my Facebook page is hard to find these days because I used to get them near. So here we go. Damn, you thick with the heart emoji eyes. The part.
That part. Did he use the 2 M's or the 3?
3.
He meant it.
He was hungry.
He's licking his lips.
You look like a whole snack out here.
He kind of cute, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
He just wants you to know you looking like a snack out here.
Listen.
So
Yeah.
this guy is the most tame
Yeah.
out of the ones that you read today.
Yeah.
All right, give us
What-
one more.
Well, give us one more after this though. What What could he have said? If he wanted to compliment you on how he thought you being thick was attractive,
Yeah.
how should he come to you? Should he take out the
Or the emoji.
or the emoji?
Because grown men using emojis on dating apps make me mad uncomfortable. like
Yeah.
it's different if you're in a
Yeah.
relationship with somebody and you're
And we have
you're
established.
we're established in a relationship. That's cute. If I don't know you, don't send me. That's creepy.
But I actually appreciate the emoji on a dating app because at least the intention is clear. But the part, I think.
I mean, I don't know. The sound like he's gonna cut you up.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
get
saying.
his Hannibal Lecter on.
He's one of those dudes that I feel like you're a chubby chaser or something, and then
Oh, he's like fetishizing.
yeah,
the
and
fact
then
that,
you're
yeah.
gonna be doing all this weird rubbing while we're together.
Oh
You
my
just see him
God.
rubbing his in his
my
pants
God.
every time
Like,
he's just
you know what
standing in the
I'm
kitchen
saying?
cooking a
Hold
meal.
on,
Or
hold
trying
on.
to be on me doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
I read a book a couple of months back, and
Yeah.
in the book, this girl was she's investigating a crime, and ultimately you find out that this man is a chubby chaser, and he would find heavy women on the internet and pay them $5,000 to show up at his house on Friday morning, eat. He just wanted to watch them eat.
right.
And then they would leave on Sunday evening with $1,000. He would just feed them. It was so weird. And he had like pictures of all the women and the meals that they ate, and it was like that was his thing. It was not sexual at all. And the reason we even found out about him in the book was because the main character's sister, like she found out that her sister had done it at some point
wow.
or something like that. It was bananas weird, but
I'm not even that big, but
you're
like,
not. It's boobs. Yeah,
It is the boobs. The boobs take over the whole thing, and I don't know how to deal with it now these days. But everybody sees them. So that brings me to my next dude. This last creepy DM. I know it tastes good AF, and he puts the face. Oh my God. Michelle's face was fresh. She was not ready. Nor was I. I just got this.
God.
I just got this a couple hours ago.
Oh my God! All right, I should have let that as one.
I think the 3 was just fine. We could have ended off on the guy.
Oh God!
And you know, my whole thing is like these people. I would like to believe that just because it's on an app and there's a small chance of us meeting face to face, that's why they try these things. But no, I remember back in the day being out and these people had no shame in approaching people like this.
Yep.
And I was just kind of like, what are you doing? Even folks like Michelle knows if they were in traffic, holding traffic up, trying to get attention. I would
Oh
say,
yeah, that was nuts. This guy
No.
was holding up traffic.
holding up traffic.
And he was in the middle lane.
Yes.
So
hey. I said, hey, no. You will park your vehicle, get out and walk toward me. This is not McDonald's.
Hey is nuts.
That
Well, no,
On
that
that-
happened at a bus stop. I was going to New York one morning. It was happening right at the bus stop of my city, and the light happens, and this guy just pulls up at the bus stop, sees this girl standing there, and it's like calling her over, hey, mommy, hey, right? And she's like, what the fuck? You got a boyfriend? She's like, yeah. He's like, oh, damn. You want to get your number anyway? She's like, no. I know. Like, no.
on that
Let go.
on that very, very, very uncomfortable situation. Thank you all for our creepy DMs today. If you guys want to supply us with creepy DMs, use the hashtag DITDMCreepy.
Looking like whole snacks out here.
Oh, he called him a whole hoe. Whole hoe is nuts.
You a grown ass man calling another man a
I
whole
just don't know
hoe.
how to feel about that part.
The whole meal is mess. Like if it wasn't so
All
close
right.
to the Chris Brown thing, like a meal plus dessert. It's the plus dessert thing that
Yeah,
me up.
plus dessert.
Doesn't a meal include dessert?
No,
No.
it's separate.
It
The
is
entree
separate.
usually does not include anything
Yeah.
except
It's an appetizer and an entree. They go together. Understood.
Sometimes. Like if you're getting a 2 for $20 or something like that.
Okay.
Like on a regular day.
Nah, your meal is your entree that you order. Your appetizer and dessert come separate. So.
Understood. So he didn't even put the appetizer in there.
Nah.
He gonna
go straight.
dive in.
All right, Trank songs. Get your
He just wanna dive in.
I see you.
Need some beans, greens,
All right.
tomatoes.
We gotta go. All right, honey, you had an article that you wanted to bring to our attention about loud or quiet sex. What exactly does it say?
Okay, so I have a question for you all. And the question is, does quiet sex make sex better? And in the article I was reading, it's from Vice, and I'm breaking it down. Essentially, one of the superheroes, like, I don't know, one of the women who's playing one of these superheroes out here, she did an interview, and she was saying, she feels like quiet sex is better. And the question that she was, trying to get to the point of, when did we start saying that moaning was the thing to happen during sex? Like, and they talk about in the article, like, is it because we watch porn? And then at that point, does the sex become more performative? And so for me, I'm like, no. Like, I'm not going to fake an orgasm. I'm not going to fake a sound with you. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. So for me, like, moaning and letting my man know, like, you're doing a good job. I'll tell you, like, go faster or slower. How are you supposed to know what to do to get me there if you don't ever talk to me? That is so weird. Like, you, in a relationship, like, if you don't make sounds, you sound like you're dating a sex trafficker.
Right, there's that. Or you're sleeping with a prostitute who you have no feelings for.
Yeah.
But, like, I agree with you. So she asks, where did moaning come from? I think moaning is just another level of communication in a situation when it comes to sex. So you're just communicating to your partner that you like that. You know what I'm saying? That you want more of what's going on. And I think that that's okay. I think trust me, it wasn't loud in some of the bedrooms I've been in the past, or I've been a part of in the past, because it wasn't all that, right?
Right.
It was just whatever. We knew we were just gonna be here for some sex, and we were just gonna go. Like, it wasn't gonna matter. So I think it definitely is just another way to communicate, and I think that keeping it quiet is weird.
That is weird.
Well, I will say this, because even though, I love sex, but I like having sex with the same person consistently. We're not going to have the same kind of sex every single time.
That part.
So I may be loud one day because it's like, I don't know. But
It's just hitting that spot.
Yeah, and just because I'm loud one day and not loud the next day doesn't mean anything. You have to read my body language too.
Right.
I think that's the part. I think, like, I've been, intimate with guys where they're just trying to count how many times they can make the headboard rock. And it's not really how they're pleasuring me. It's more about, as long as it's slapping, it's good. But no. And then I've been intimate with guys where they really are paying attention, and if something's not, they've noticed how I'm moving. Like, if I move a certain way, they're like, oh, that's not working, and they shift me. But that comes with knowing your partner.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people trick or gyp themselves in thinking I need to have multiple partners so I can prove my sexual prowess, whereas you can be way more satisfied learning somebody. Because for me, coming into sex with someone new is stressful. Like, that is stressful. 50-50 chance that the first time will be rocking or not. And then you either decide to either try again, or we just not going to admit that we met each other in life. Like, that part for me.
Well, I also think that part of it is I didn't know. Like, I've had good sex. But I didn't know how transcendent sex could be until Danny and I got together. Like, especially when you get the tear
Girl, when you start crying,
You start crying.
let me tell you,
Like,
it's a whole
love
nother
you so much.
level.
It's a
I
whole-
was transported into a pod into another world before.
hey, me too.
Right, you just
need to
don't
tell your family to
know.
stop snatching me back. And
I'm
I
so sorry.
came
I will,
back
send,
and was
I will
like-
send a message.
Thank you, and I was like, where did I go?
You go to another galaxy.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's the
I came back.
It's the orgasm
I
galaxy.
came back and I was like, I'm back.
I'm
And he was
back.
like, where did you go?
I'm back.
And he was like, I was concerned because I didn't hear anything from you.
Your
for
heart
like
stopped,
15
man.
It stopped.
Yeah.
Everything stopped.
He was like, I didn't hear.
She went
like
from
15
moaning
seconds.
loudly to complete silence.
And in that respect, I can agree with what she said in the article. When you're silent, now I don't want to try to be anything during sex. If I feel like I have to try to do something,
Sure.
we're not doing
Yeah.
it right.
Right.
But when I mean, if I am, that means you did the damn thing. Like you didn't. Yes, you get high fives and slaps my after.
I mean, if I'm quiet, if I'm really loud, you
Yeah,
know,
doesn't
It's
matter.
but at the end of the day, I think how you are in the bedroom depends on the prowess of your partner.
yes,
Like some partners will get you loud and really get you there.
Yeah.
Some I've had quiet sex, not because I'm just out here having quiet sex, but the intimacy. Like there is an intimacy of just knowing each other's bodies
yeah.
and being able to to do the dance of making love.
And I think being so comfortable to show, to not hide any part of your body.
Yeah.
So that the partner that you're having sex with really knows every aspect that goes into making you feel good. And that's so important. And until you don't have that, you're not really having good sex out here.
That's
Facts.
true.
That's the truth. They're unpopular, and their opinions, everybody has all of these because we all are not just going to agree on everything.
That's so true.
So you've got some unpopular opinions. What do you got?
Oh, I have a few that I love. So the first one says people who claim to be smart based on an IQ test they took on the internet are repulsive. I agree with that so much.
Yeah,
Just because you took a 10-question quiz that doesn't make you smart. And I'm sorry that you're out here saying that your IQ is 185 and you're really 63. Those people make me sick. Also, RIP is the worst form of condolence. The only thing worse than that is the hands pressed together emoji. Like, don't text me the hands pressed together emoji. That's ridiculous. I hate that so much. And this one I love so much because we agree with that. It says, censored swear words can be way more funny and entertaining than swear words themselves. And I definitely agree with that. Something about the beep makes it really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When Maury was on or Jerry Springer and all you would hear was just these long beeps. That was so funny.
And then the last one I have, you'll appreciate too, I think. It says, if marriage is a piece of paper and money is just a piece of paper, why is there not a stronger emphasis on marriage than money? I agree with this as well. Like, I think that people out here, there's so many people out here saying like, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper. But we're chasing dollars. Like, people are out here chasing money and doing everything to get rich quick. But marriage doesn't matter. And it's
there's
the
no
same
importance.
paper. Yep, same paper. So those are mine for today.
I like that one a lot.
Me too. I wanted to close with that one.
Yeah, that was really good. No Nut in November jokes are annoying.
I agree.
I'm not going to stop having sex in November. I'm going to bust every time.
Mother load.
Mother loads. Look, you and I love pancakes in this house.
So much.
And I will always eat pancakes with you
Thank you.
because it's something we love.
Facts.
But I will always say that waffles are better than pancakes
Shame.
because
False.
of those pockets. The pockets, the syrup falls in there. Oh, it's so good.
Look, the only thing that you need pockets for is pants and purses. You don't need pockets in your food. Forget Hot Pockets. Forget waffles. Who needs a pocket in their food? Pizza pockets. You should stop. That's not okay.
I was doing the morning show with Danny yesterday, and she told me that excited about the goddamn McRib. The McRib is disgusting.
People are still eating that?
People are still eating that.
Oh, God.
That's tough, right?
That's aggressive.
And then people who come back from an international trip should not have to feel obligated to bring something back for their family or friends.
Okay, I agree, but I also disagree. Here's the thing. If you go to Paris and you don't bring me a miniature Eiffel Tower, then I don't like you anymore. Also, people who come back from international trips are such assholes. It's like you haven't been anywhere your entire life, and then suddenly you go to damn Jamaica and you think that you're so cultured out here.
Okay, that's fine, but I don't have to bring something back for that person.
I should get a souvenir because I'm going to have to listen to your Jamaica trip for the next 20 years, even though you're never going to leave the country again. Yeah, I get a souvenir for that.
You're so funny. I see what you're saying.
Okay, good.
I understand. Well, that's this week's Unpopular Opinions. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast.
If you have some unpopular opinions to share with us, use the hashtag DITDM opinion.